2 Panadol. I just took 2 Panadol, a bit not well. I think my neck is giving some problem. But don't worry, I got no fever. I'm still alive. Okay, King. And let's go to the homework. Gerald, thanks for the past 2 months. You've been with Uncle Raymond for 2 or 3 months. I can't remember. Right, Gerald. Hi, Gerald. Can you hear me? Gerald. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Gerald, can you hear me? Gerald, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, I just saw your WhatsApp. I mean your Zoom. Sorry. Oh, a bit noisy. Okay. So you can hear me. This Gerald, thanks for this January. You have submit this homework. This is yours, right? So next time when you all submit your homework, please put your name there. Just in case, because now I'm going to change it in such a way that okay, this is yours, right, Gerald? Correct. Then this is yours also, right, Gerald? Yes. This one yours, and then this one also yours, right, Gerald? Yes, because your name is there. This one also yours, right, Gerald? This one also yours, right? Correct. Okay, one. So in fact, most of the homework you have submitted, well done. But you only submit one big homework. That means the whole entire essay like that, like this one. Okay. So I would like to see more of this coming in for the next few lessons. Okay, so I will close this. Thank you, Gerald. Next, can you? Let's go through with can you.
Okay.
Okay, can you so far only submit 2 homework. My advice is you don't take the picture like that, because very hard for me to mark. And this one is yours, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This one also, the best is you take from the angle directly on top. 90 degrees down. Okay, 90 degrees. It's not very hard to mark, seriously. Okay, very hard to mark. And this is the homework that you submit yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last minute that you do, right?
Yeah.
Not very good. I think if like that, don't do seriously. My advice, because you see the way you wrote is very rushing. So I rather you to spend more quality time to write rather than just to submit for the sake of submitting. Because you see, got a lot of errors here and there. Okay, let's
okay, I disagree. My handwriting is a bit small for me to even read it myself.
Exactly. So you see, you're such a big boy, your handwriting is so small. So it's best to make it bigger. And then if you cannot, then you space out. That means write one line, give one spacing, empty spacings, and second line follow. That'll be good. Okay, let's go.
I disagree to the writer's view. Changing the education system to have less demand for tuition is very tough as the Ministry of Education, MOE, will have to replan the whole system for all ages of group.
I don't know what you're talking about, ages of studying.
I was meant to say something like the whole in primary school to university, they will have to kind of replan everything.
This is the whole education system?
Yeah.
But it's not studying, ages of studying. I mean, there's no such things like that written. So you must, it's not hard. Please, it's not very hard, it's tough.
Okay.
It's hard for me to open my mouth, but usually we use the word it's tough. Hard usually we refer to solid things.
Right.
Yeah, Karen.
Okay. For Ministry of Education to do this is basically impossible, as there are many factors that will be affected because of this change. First factor being the students. Having the student forced to study harder just for lesser demands of children.
Yeah, you see, you don't know what you write.
Oh.
I'm blur.
So blur.
Be careful. No, please. I think all
tuition.
of you, if you're listening, Hanling, please, when you submit your homework, whether to Uncle Raymond or to your school or during the exam period or test period, WA, or even any homework, by right, it's your duty to check at least twice before you hand in. I know it's really hard to check your own handwriting, or not say your own handwriting, your own words, because sometimes you might miss out you cannot spot the mistake. So it's best to get someone to check your work before you submit. Okay, but usually in exam you can't do that, right? So you must be careful. Whenever you check your work, you must check your PPF, past, present, future tense, your grammar, and things like that, and structure of English. And so this year is a bit vague. Carry on.
Okay. Will make their mental health weaker. Just imagine having to learn 8 chapters worth of math over 6 months. It will definitely tire out the student.
Really? Yeah.
Most likely, yeah, because 6 chapters are already very hard for students. More is just gonna be harder.
Okay.
Another factor is the time
So
taken
another
for.
factor, you must have another paragraph already. Don't squeeze everything into one paragraph. Okay, learn how to paragraph your essay. Be careful, Carol.
No, I didn't know, was this an essay or just like one of those written paragraphs?
No. Even though in future, whether is it if ask you to write in one paragraph or unless it's stated very clearly, please write this in 80 words, one paragraph. But if it's not given an instruction to write 80 words in one paragraph or 50 words in one paragraph, all students must take note that you need to paragraph your essay. Okay? All right, carry on.
Okay, another factor is the time taken to replan and remake the whole education system.
We don't call remake now. We call restructure right now. Okay, we don't call remake. It's to replan, restructure, and write down the word Gerald and Tian Yu. Re-engineering the process. Okay, it's like re-engineering the process. Re-engineering the process. Okay, take note. Next. Gerald can hear me. Okay, because you say very noisy, I just do you put on the earpiece? No, but you still can hear me. Okay, continue.
Okay, this will take a lot of time for the people working on it. But I feel like I should
for
have
the educationist or the educator, or not for the people. What kind of people are you referring to? For the educator.
I think there I was meant to write for the people who like make the education system.
Yeah, that means
Make the
educator.
educator, yeah.
Or even you can say the stakeholder, or even you can say the people, the planner. Okay, the staff in MOE. Okay.
What I feel like should happen is that the tutor should be trained with a certificate to prove that they are dedicated to tutoring others and not for the money.
Yeah.
Okay. This may help to improve the situation, though tuition can only be useful when the student pay full attention to the lesson in the class. This will make tuition worthwhile.
Then what? What do you put? You put to the class.
To the class or in the class? I can't really see now with the thing. But something like that.
To the class. Wrong, it's to the class. No, Okay, get on.
Okay, this will make the tuition worth and won't be worthwhile won't be needed for extra tuition. I think the ending was a bit weird.
Very weird, right? All right now. So don't because if you were to write like that in future, like that, the last minute, you will get very demoralized and lack of motivation to write in future. Seriously. I rather you are like Gerald like that. Every time submit a bit, then check. Gerald, you check your work before you hand in, right? You check your work before you hand in. You did you're typing. Later I need you to read also, like, okay, thanks. But Gerald, I'm so sorry. I told you right. You are very hardworking. You submit your work, you check your work. But please tolong, please chuchu. Handwriting, handwriting, please. Because no matter how hardworking, how good you are, if your handwriting is going to be illegible and sucks and cannot read from the examiner point of view, then you mark down. So please start to learn to write neatly and like okay, like not say like Tian Yu like that. Tian Yu one still okay. But you use black pen, Tian Yu.
Huh? Yeah.
Don't use black pen already. I told you already. You see, next time, Tian Yu, you use blue pen and test it out and see the different effect. Trust me.
I mean, I use both, but then it depends on when I buy. Cause when I bought my black pen, I bought it in the bookshop, and my school didn't have any like the nice blue pen, so I just bought this.
I tell you, you now can start stock up all the blue pen to get prepared for O-level. Agree not? Stock up, but you cannot stock up too many because sometimes the pen might dry because of the weather. So don't buy too many also. If you buy too many, sometimes you stock up, then next time when you use the pen ink, the ink will dry. So it's worse, okay? All right. So thank you, for this 2 homework. So far you submit 2 homework. So I'm going to put a file. That means all your homework will be in one file. So in case your parents want to ask for the file and check your homework, then we can send it to your parents. But I'm telling you, Gerald, Tian Yu, and Han Ling, next also tomorrow, everyone will have a file. And every 2 or 3 months, or it depends on see how it works. Every 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, I will submit back your homework after I mark your homework. Okay. Now let's go back to we wait for Han Ling to go through his homework. Okay, so now today we are talking about the sports and property as usual for this month. And we were talking about, for me, like let's say the question is how sports property cause, effect, and impact. So you all have not submitted. So today you have to submit today inside here. So I use sport as football. Property will be in Brazil, and the characters example will use Pelé. So I use the causes of this, what happened in Brazil at that time. But because Pelé was born way back in 1950 something, so what is the effect for football to cast away property? And after casting away the properties and live up away from property, do they in Brazil, like Pelé, that person, that best footballer, did they really have a good life? Obviously, right? Obviously. But of course, it's not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can play football will get the best of their awards and rewards, or even the high pay salary. It all depends on ABC, attitude, behavior, and characters, and how you really put in the efforts to play the games, to put in your blood and sweat inside the particular things that you want to do. If not, there's no way you can be the top scholar, the top best football player, or famous celebrity players. Just like Messi and Ronaldo, right? You know, all these people and Harry Kane, you name it, there's a kind of few football, or even Joseph Schooling, or even the Wushu like Bruce Lee. Now, all these people train super hard just to get that amount of rewards. So now I would like you guys to later, while also directly increase school attendance and homicide rates. So you actually reduce the rates of this, but the causes of these properties is very significant because of properties that people are involved in crime rates. So hopefully that football will bring all these people out of the poverty cycle, the vicious cycle, and help them to develop much better in terms of real life. So Gerald, you choose Brazil, Nima, and football, and also Tian, you choose this one. So now your job is to add in some of these things here, which I will show you later, cause and effect. Okay, so we'll go through this one here. So I will teach you how to do this define. Now, how to use define in this essay here. For argumentative and all types of essay, first you have to define like definition, success, and failures. So talk about the advantages and disadvantages of sports to carry out poverty. Do you agree sports will help to eradicate poverty? So it will be yes and no, right? So definition, yes and no. Then you explain the reason why poverty and sports. Then, of course, we talk about feeling, of the sports itself, and then you give example, and then you identify the way. So something like this, let's take for example, I'm using it as history, the success and failures of a war. So explain the reason why people started World War II. What is the feeling of World War II? Because people are unemployed, they can't find unemployed because they have no food to eat, they have no job, they have no shelter, they have no warmth, they have no money, so they have to get something out of it. So example is World War II. So identify the war that is fought, the pros and cons. Of course, there is no pros in war, a lot of cons. But then again, the pros is that because it's a wake-up call for people to join in the army. to protect the country's independence. So notions about the war, conceptions or belief. What do you feel about the war itself? Do you think war is justified or war is not justified? So at the ending of your conclusions, okay, this will be found in my guidebooks to better English writing skills. So ending is your conclusions. How can you conclude and give the whole discussions and arguments and expository of war? Okay, so we will later talk about this using define. So Gerald, this is one way to use it, and it is very useful. We call it with an extra E effect. So the word define. Actually, define, there's no E, it's D-E-F-I-N-E, right? I define definitions. So with the extra E inside, define means that you need to define the argumentative essay. Are you listening? Yeah? Okay, so this essay, because you guys are going to for JC, so I'm giving you a few methods to start off an essay. So we use AIMS for introductions. Now we use define to do for the entire essay. Okay. So we're going to use that later on. Okay, what is an example of a notions? So the definition of notion is an idea, belief, or vague knowledge of something. Give a notions about poverty. Give a notion about sport therapy. Give a notion about philanthropy. Give a notion about volunteer. Okay.
Rachel, Han Ning said he'll be late because he fell asleep apparently. I'm not sure how, but yeah, that's what he told me.
Okay. Yeah, poor boy. I told you, right? Hey, not bad. Finally, you all complete one term already. Wow, 不错. You all complete one term already. Gerald, give yourself a shoulder a pat.
And the first time is already cancerous. It's already very hard.
Why?
It's hard. The topics aren't that easy.
What do you mean?
For the first term.
The first term of all the subjects?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you already. I already told you right beginning last year. At the end of last year, I told you it's going to be very tough for your Sec3. So if you don't pay attention in school, don't submit your homework, don't practice your homework, good luck to you. You're going to have an up-year task to climb, seriously. Okay? Can I? All right, so an example of a notion is when you have an idea of what acceptable behavior is. Example of notion is when you sort of remember something, hearing something, an opinion, a view, or things like that, okay? And also this, that is his notion, not mine. That means his idea. That is his notion. So these notions are Gerald and Tianyu and Han-Ning. You will use it quite often when you are in JCs. They will say, what is the notion? That means what is your opinion? Okay, what is your suggestion? What is your feedback? What is your idea? What is your thoughts? What is your belief? What is your train of thoughts? What is your suggestion to give this about this poverty, things like that? Okay, so definition of notions. I can put it here. Han-Ning, maybe you can read a bit sore throat now. Not 喉咙不舒服。Tianyu, I'm waiting for you to read.
You said me, I heard Han-Ning?
Oh, sorry, I said okay, sorry.
Okay. Definition of...
No, Han-Ning is not here, sorry.
No, I was reading it, I was like, wait, I was like, okay. What does the word mean, notion? Notion, sorry. Definition of notion: an individual conception or impression of something known, experienced or imagined. They had different notion of right and wrong. 2. An exclusive general concept at arriving at the notion of law. Irving Babbitt. 3. A theory or belief held by a person or group, the notion of original.
So we are going to talk about this called notion in your essay. What is your belief? What is your suggestion? What is your experience? What is your belief or your thoughts, your ideas? Okay, thank you. Hi, Han-Ning. You wakey already? You wiki already?
Hi, Joe. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's okay. You wiki already?
Mm.
Okay, wiki. Okay, thanks. Okay, let's go through the notions again. Tell you.
Oh, so I just say Notion shown API.
No need read that one. Carry on.
Okay. Notion,
Agenda?
noun, a general understanding, vague or imperfect conception or idea of something, a notion of how something should be done.
So for example, we talk about sports against poverty. So how can sport can be done in your notion, in your belief, in your ideas, in your suggestions that we can look into it? How can we curb these kind of poverties and make it better? Carry on.
An opinion, view, or belief. That's his notion, not mine. Conception or idea, his notion of democracy. A fanciful or foolish idea, wind. She had a notion to swim in the winter.
So
What
she
the
has
heck?
an idea. She has the idea to swim in the winter. So is it a good thing or bad thing?
No,
Maybe
that's a
want to-
bad thing.
No, not true.
Depend. That's the
Correct.
meaning of this notion.
Correct. Now you understand, huh? So it's not necessarily a bad thing. Depends. Yes. Carry on.
And ingenious
Yes.
article, device, or contrivance.
Contrivance.
Knick-knack.
Okay. Contrivance. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. Notions.
Okay. Notion, small articles as button, thread, ribbon, and other personal items, especially such items displayed together for sale as in department store.
So you see the word notion has many meanings, many different meanings. So sometimes it can be like this one, articles, a small little things. But in a big essay like this, the notion itself play a very important part. Okay. So Han-Ling, we just talked about the new method, another methods. That I suggest is called define. Okay, for argumentative essay. First, you have to definition, explain, feeling, example, identify the pros and cons and the notions about the war and ending about how you conclude the war. So we take one example here now. Okay, we're talking about do you think war is justifiable? Okay, definitions. Success. So what do you think about this? And failure. So define success and failure. What do you think about war? Do you think it's good? So I think yes, the success of war is justified only when we get rid of those dictator. We only get rid of those, not just the dictator, but people who are harsh or who are bullying another country. So do you think, Han-Ling, is it justifiable for Russia to Ukraine? Yes.
Haven't we been through this question before, by the way?
Sorry?
Haven't we been through this question? What is war justifiable before?
Yes,
it's been
yes.
like a long time since we've done it.
Yes, we did it before. Just to recall back. So I just want to use this example. I don't want to change it. So what do you think? Is it justifiable? Yes, maybe.
No, war is never justifiable.
No, war is definitely justifiable if the
Okay, war is justifiable by the attacking side, but never by anyone else.
No, by the attacking side, but sometimes the defending side also be justifiable to stop the war. So that means if an attacker attack another country, then a group of attacker will attack the country that is attacking others. Yes, maybe it's justifiable. Okay, so it depends. Just like if you study history, right, Han-Ling, you know, right, the Treaty of Versailles. Okay, then after this Treaty of Versailles, it's actually a trigger point for Germany to start World War II. Correct. So if this Treaty of Versailles were to put it in such a way that it's very fair and square and good for Germany, that would be good. But because France make it in such a way, 就是给他死路一条，赶尽杀绝。So it's got to let them really die, like really a very bad thing. So then too bad lah. Then they have to suffer the consequences. So then here is it. War, explain war is it. Are you able to read Gerald?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, Gerald.
Explain. An economic crisis is one reason that explain why countries go to war. War is an intense armed conflict between states, governments, societies, or paramilitary groups such as mercenaries.
No, mercenaries. Mercenaries are paid soldiers. Soldiers that are paid to go for war.
Mercenaries, insurgents, and militaries.
Militaries. Okay, militaries is like those military people, but it's another way of saying that this group of military personnel are fighting for a reason, a cause of certain thing like independence. It can be a civil war. So insurgent, you know, right, it's like a group of like terrorists or a group of people who are against the governments, and then they are paid to come in to attack the government, something like that. Okay, carry on.
It is generally characterized by extreme violence, aggression, destruction, and morality, using regular or irregular military forces.
So the mortalities is caused by war due to economic crisis, and because of economic crisis, people got no food to eat, no job, everything. So a hungry man is an angry man. So no choice. So this explains why war is justifiable. Okay, take note. Next, we're going to talk about the feeling. So what do you think war will create? So you realize all the C. Okay, Gerald.
War create crisis to economic stability, chaos in the social fabric, calamity resulting in diseases, casualty in hardship, confusion in society, as well as jeopardize civilians and innocent people will feel that war is threatening, torturing, and tormenting them in tough times.
The T effect, you see, just now your Wi-Fi is lagging, so we can't really hear what you are reading. So I just continue, as well as jeopardizing the country's security. So you see, with this 5C, please write down, it's very useful. This 5C, because poverty also can create this 5C. So in order to get rid of this 5C, sports came in to make it more better in the way of taking out some of these 5Cs. So this 5C is not very good things in the societies, right? So what happened? Therefore, leaders and soldiers and all these people will have to feel that the war is threatening them because of their crisis of economies, and torturing them because of social fabric, and tormenting them in a tough time because of this calamity and casualty. Got people die, of course, very sad, right? And then the confusion of politicals, like, so the government is the one to call for the war, so the whole entire nation had to go for war, right? Honey, like Japan, Japan. Do you think all the Japanese people like to go to war during World War II? I don't think so. I don't think anyone would want to go, but because of they voted for the government, and because they have their blood, the samurai blood, the ninja samurai blood, so they will want to sort of use this opportunity to wage a war and get back whatever they well deserve once they are lost. So we are not going to go through the Japan and China war. You will never end. So example, okay, back to you, Haling.
Oh,
you're eating, never mind. So
yeah,
out
sorry.
of these, never mind. So out of these, Gerald, Tianyu, and Haling, you just choose one for me.
Everyone, I want to take World War II. Why? Because we stand.
I'll wait for Gerald. I think Gerald got some problem with his
World War
As a
One
joke,
or Two.
I really want to take American Civil War because I know nothing about it. But let's just wait.
Actually, American Civil War is a very nice history to study.
Wait,
I
what?
know the First World War.
What is the
since I already
thing?
studied it.
What is American Civil War?
War in America, that is civil.
Oh my God, that is actually so descriptive. I know it now.
天佑，你 must say uncle， 你有讲，等于没有讲呢。
Ah.
你在讲废话。
Wait, but what is it actually about?
等一下哈，我们等Gerald 进来，我跟你讲 ，OK？ Because actually, Tian Yu, I like American Civil War, seriously.
I want to ask you, among all the war here and maybe some others, if they are not added, which war do you think changed the world the most?
Wow, I like these super freaking good questions.
In my opinion, I think
this war. I love the way you ask this question about which war.
Because you're a history teacher, so you've been teaching history for a very long time, so I want to know your opinion.
I love these questions. So far, nobody asked me this question, seriously. Well, you asked me, I ever thought of it. Wait, I will give you my answer. Okay, remind me of this answer.
Like when Gerald come back.
Yeah, Gerald come back. I think we start his laptop. Hey, tell you. No, but just to tell you, the most significant war that changed the whole entire world is the Genghis Khan's who waged the war with 3 continents. Hanling, you should know.
I'm not sure which one is that, but since I barely know any war. I only know some war. The most, like the one I know the most about is obviously World War II, because we had to study it, and the Japanese invading. Another war that I've heard of is the Vietnam War, where it was the North versus South, right?
Yeah, that one
The
is
Vietnam War was the most uninteresting piece of history ever.
not true, not true. You know why? Because
it's just America getting beaten up by farmers.
No, you know why? Because the war, this was the first time American lost the war. So 他们没有面子啊。Okay, but actually Vietnam War is also a very interesting. In fact, all the wars to me are very interesting. If you ask me.
They're interesting in their own ways.
The
but
one with the most impact was the First World War, by the way, because firstly, Germany only paid off the reparations, the 6.6 billion that they were supposed to pay from the Treaty of Versailles recently in 2010.
No lah,
it's true. They only paid it off like 13 years ago. I read about it somewhere.
13 years ago.
Yeah, in 2010.
So it's about for at least 2 to 3 generations to pay for the war.
Yes.
So anyway, Gerald, just now Tian Yu asked me, out of so many war here, which is
and
the
maybe
most,
others are.
can you repeat your question again?
I said which war among all the war there is that happen in this world, which one is the one that that you think impact the world the most?
The mother of all wars, the mother of all wars.
Yeah, the mother of all wars.
I would say the war created by Genghis Khan, the Mongolian Khan, the emperor, Chen Qi Han. Okay, if you know the Mongol War, Chen Qi Han.
Oh, the rampage towards Turkey, right? No, when they fought all the way up to Turkey.
He's the only king, Tian Yu, who managed to conquer 3 continents: Asia, Europe, and Africa. No other king, even Alexander is not so great. Alexander the Great is really, though not is great, but it's
how much did Alexander conquer again? I'm not sure.
It's also two continents: Europe, Africa, Europe of course, and part of a bit of Russian that side, and then they stopped. You know why? You know how he died? You will be, seriously? He died of a mosquito bite. I'm serious. You go and Google it, Malaria. That poor guy. Can you imagine? Such a great emperor, he died of a mosquito bite. And somehow he died at the age of 33 or 34. Poor thing,
I mean,
I will be honest.
Wait, who died? Who is it? Who's it?
Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great.
Yeah, from Greece. So he was bitten.
I mean, all the meta stuff needs to be nerfed, you know. Hanling will get a joke.
Yeah, I get it.
All the what?
All the meta stuff need. So there's in game, right? There's some stuff that are just we call them meta, means they perform better in they will perform better. So someone like Alexander the Great who conquer, right? That means he's very good in this world because he's able to conquer a lot of stuff unlike other people. So they had to nerf him, which is kill him by making him die to a mosquito bite. But obviously as jokes lah.
Everything happens for a reason.
So I feel that the war, in the Genghis Khan, that war is actually important because he changed a lot of things. Number one, they changed in terms of language and currency. That's why I got Marco Polo. You know Marco Polo?
Isn't that a game?
No. Marco Polo is a guy from Italy, from Venice, who traveled all the way to get to know the Silk Road, 丝绸之路. And after that, Genghis Khan employed him as one of the administrators inside Mongol's empire. And do you know, because of this Mongol war, China started one of the best martial art, in which is now practiced among all the old folks. Guess what is the martial art?
Wait, old folks. There's that one. I forgot that one, but there's one.
Tai Chi.
Yeah, oh my God. I was gonna say something like Taijutsu or something.
Yeah, so Tai Chi. So you see,
War so much Naruto.
I feel that Mongol's empire is the greatest war among others because it really transformed a lot of things.
What about World War II?
Not really to me. because World War II is
Uncle Raymond, can I say something about the Mongolian War? It wasn't exactly a war. It was just the Genghis Khan bullying everyone he saw in his way. It wasn't beating everyone up. That's
I
all.
came, I saw, I conquer.
that is Julius Caesar.
I conquered. I saw it.
Hello, brother. This is Julius Caesar.
Whoa, wait.
Don't confuse Gerald, please. So
Okay,
Gerald, Tianyu was asking about American Civil War. So the war actually is between the British versus the American people, those people who are native in the soil in America. So these are the people, Tianyu, those who ran away from the British Empire, and then they set foot, like what they say, Colombia found America, and then they set foot in America's soil. So the British slowly, surely want to annex from the Canada down all the way to America. So those American people, those people who are born there, who are not really become a part of the American citizen there. So the first president, you know, right, is George Washington, not George Washing Machine. Okay, George Washington is the first. Don't laugh, please. I know people call him George Washing Machine. It's very bad. So George Washington was the first president in 1777. Who liberalized and free US from British colonial power. Okay, so that's why you see American flag got 50 stars. Each star represents the states like Texas, California, Hawaii, Alaska.
No, Alaska and Hawaii are not represented in the states. It's only the 50 mainland states that are represented.
No, it's considered. It's inside. Last time used to be 52 states, but they merged to the other two. So we're going to talk about this so much, just for your knowledge, I'll tell you. So identity. So you haven't tell me, Gerald, which war do you think he will take? Yo, my God. Yes, Gerald. Out of so many wars here, which war do you think you will want to think is the most important?
Impactful.
Sorry?
Impactful to the world.
Yeah. You don't take history, right?
No.
Okay.
He takes Zhao, and then I take Lin, and then Hanling takes history. One of each.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Very fine. Wow, it's just nice combination. That nice combination. So, Gerald, which what do you think is important to you?
I don't know, like half the war. I don't know, like half of the wars here.
Which one do you think? Okay,
World War I.
Okay, World War I. I got new VIP who came all the way from the east side of Singapore. Dr. Chen, can you explain what is World War I?
World War I was caused by like more than one thing actually. There was a lot of things happening in Europe at that time when World War I started. Because every single country wanted like more military power, more like land and stuff like that. So when they saw Germany build up their military forces, all of the other countries in the area started building up their military forces as well. And which Austria-Hungary annexed Bosnia at some point, and then their leader, then the future leader of Austria-Hungary got assassinated while on a ship to Bosnia by allegedly a Siberian, but no, he was assassinated by someone from Austria-Hungary. And then it caused World War II. World War I, the First World War. It was a very big thing actually. Every single country was just fighting. And then in the middle of the fighting, Russia decided to pull out of the war and then become communist. And yeah, a lot of really weird stuff happened in the First World War. It wasn't like an organized war or anything. It was just all out fighting. So Austria-Hungary getting their ass beaten every day. Yeah.
So what happened is that, Gerald, they actually want to get rid of imperialism. They want to get rid of the emperors, the king, okay, the Tsar. So they
wait, hold up, sure. Wasn't getting rid of imperialism like what happened because of like the events of the First World War? It wasn't exactly targeted at imperialism.
No, it is because you see that's why they came out. I was about to say they came out Nazism, communism, socialism, okay, militarism.
Okay, that's true.
Fascism, like you see fascism as well as
Mussolini.
Yeah, fascism and as well as capitalism and democratic. So because they want to get rid of imperialism, so that's why ideology. World War One is fighting for the sake of which one is the best ideology. World War Two is fighting for territory. So Opium War, Gerald, you should know, Opium War is the one that the Amor, the Americans and the British sold the opium to China, and end up Macau and Hong Kong was being taken away by Portugal and Britain. So Cold War, you know, Cold War is between the US and the Russia, and Civil War, it depends on which country we are talking about. It can be American Civil War, it can be any country Civil War. So terrorist war is during the Iraq and Kuwait War. Not really terrorist, that one not really considered. Proxy war, we talk about North and South Korea, that honey, you will learn later on. Trade war.
No, the Korean War was removed from our syllabus. We're doing militarist Japan.
No more already.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can, when you're free, honey, can you take the picture of the textbook of your table of content and show to Uncle? Thanks. Okay, so the trade war, I can't hear you, sorry. You are mute. So your trade war, of course, we are talking about China and US and other country. Then three kingdoms, you know, the three kingdoms, and then India and Pakistan war has been continued. The Viking War, wow, this is one great war that changed the entire course of the North-South Europe, Northwest-Eastern, yes. And then the Crusade War, Gerald, is between the Christian and the Muslim. Okay, so war, identified war. It is got to do with political, economy, and socials. Okay, so Gerald, take notes of your social study. So these three things is always go hand in hand, as well as religions and race. So if you study your chapter 1, 2, and 3 now, by then you should be completing your issue 1, chapter 1 and 2 already. Chapter 1 and 2. So we are talking about religions and race. Because of these two things, they always create a lot of tensions, a lot of war, a lot of hatred, a lot of differences, a lot of biasness and prejudice, and you name it, favorism. So politically identified. Okay, so I don't want to delve with you too much. And the reasons. Okay, that's the reason. Race and religions reason. So what is the pros? Get rid of dictator and corrupted governments and terrorists and police or drug lords and drug traffickers. That is the war. So war against terrorists, war against this dictator. But the cons is destroy historical site. Agree not, Gerald? So when you fight, you see, during World War I and II, a lot of very historical monuments and even the Egypt pyramid was being bombarded during World War II. Destroy humanities, people, the race. It can be one entire race being wiped out. So destroy the economy, peace, and prosperity, as well as relationship and kinship. So we are talking about here the identify the reason of war. Next, we talk about notion. So what do you think? What is your stand? So do you agree that war is justified or not? No, I do not agree war is justifiable. So that is your stand. So how do you end? So in my opinion, I believe, therefore, I strongly think. Thus, in conclusion, war is good or bad due to the fact that agenda is do or what. So all these words are, these are the three magic words. So write a story on how to have a safe and good multiracial. So how many race are there in Singapore? Then what are these race and religions? How come this race and religion can make Singapore a multiracial? Okay, so this is one of the homework you're supposed to do, but not now. Wait, I just want to bring up your attention to this one here, Gerald. This one. I just completed, Gerald, Han Ling and Tian Yu. Tomorrow you will get this. Well, Tian Yu, your mic very big. So these 310 words, Gerald, will help you in your social study, your geography, your English paper 1, 2, 3, and 4. Trust me. Okay. So let's play a game. Let's start this one first. Okay. So Han Ling, can you choose 5 words?
Like, do I have to put an effort into choosing those 5 words?
No. Just choose 5 words.
Wherever, during, somehow, or rather, needless to say, occasionally.
Oh my God. Wherever, during, somehow.
Somehow or rather.
Where?
You have gone over your mouse in the middle
Column 1, 2, 3,
column.
4, and 5. Where?
Middle column. Needless to say, occasionally.
Occasionally. Okay, come, let's make a sentence using it. Yeah, agree. Yeah, I know. Correct. You're right, can you? But Germany is the one who against race and religions. Okay, come, Hanlin. So can we use this 5 to make a sentence? Using sports game property. Wherever there is sports, something like that. Let's go.
Wherever there are prominent sports members, especially during large charitable events, somehow or rather a large sum of money will be donated to more beneficial causes. Needless to say,
Sports. Sport is
sports can benefit. Sports is one of the main avenues of benefit. Sports can benefit charitable organizations more than occasionally.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah, occasionally. Last sentence, occasionally.
Occasionally, however, these large sums of money will not always go to the intended recipient.
Yes, very true. It's damn sickening law. I tell you, it's very true. There are some people who spoon it and 自己用哦, did not give up. Yeah, very, very true. So Gerald, are you there? Gerald. So now you understand, you are choosing all these words. Once you are done, okay, Tian Yu, Han Ling, and Gerald. So now you have done this file. So can you print out this? Do you have a printer? Do you have a printer? So go and get one printer and print it out, seriously. Okay, if you are in my face-to-face class, I will print one for you, no problem. But now, sorry, I tell you, this piece of 310 words will be very, very useful, Gerald, all the way from now, today, and all the way to your JC, trust me. So all these words, some of the words are being selected by one of the professor. Okay, and then I add in some of it. I can't remember which you choose. So I add in more to it to give my student a better head start for, writing an essay or doing like when you're talking to, like you see just now Han Ling, Gerald, right? You choose the 5. So now I want Can you your turn?
Wait, Gerald, no. Must the 5 word we pick
Oh my
all
God.
combine?
Oh, wait. Oh my God, what happened? Sorry?
I was gonna say, must the 5 word we pick all be in one sentence, or like we just say one sentence each using the word?
You got 2 choice. Well said, you got 2 choice. 哇，你真的不错长大了。问这种 very good questions. You got 2 choice, bro. You got 2 choice to use one by one or make 5 into one paragraph. Up to you, bro.
I don't know how to make 5 into one paragraph, so I'll say one by one.
No. You don't tell me you cannot. Can you?
Hard to think on the spot.
Hard to think, then you put water and make it soften.
Okay.
No, it's not tough, my dear. Okay, slowly, surely, and definitely. Come, let's go. 5.
Okay. Wait. Okay.
A lot, no, still got some more. You see, Gerald, can you see? You see, got so many, no. Gerald, you still start choosing, Later is your turn to make,
Yeah, I type out the words I want first.
Okay, that's good. Gerald, also the same. Han Ling, just now those 5 words, can you type it out now and then write on a piece of paper and submit to uncle? So it's considered one homework already. Okay? 你明白讲什么吗? Oh, Han Ling, because Han Ling, let me share with you. Just now you are not here. Let me share with you. Hold on.
Wait, I haven't wrote it down yet.
Oh, wait lah. You see, Han Ling, this is your homework, right? Remember? So you will have a file. All your homework will be inside this file. So like this one is your January file, correct now? So you have February and March and April. You mean by ma? You get it?
Yeah.
So if your parents check, hey, whether my son got do homework, so this will be a file. Okay, will document, will show it to your parents, will email to your parents or WhatsApp to your parents. Okay, so you get it, Okay, just now I want to show you. So this is only one and the only homework that you submit. Gerald has submitted 5 or 6 homework. Tian Yu about 2 homeworks. Okay, now I go back to the lesson. Okay, go. So we just use this one first. Okay, so Gerald, you can choose 5 words. Tian Yu choose. You can use these 5 words like what Han Ling used for sports and property. Why not use it for sports and property? Thank you so much. Thanks, Hanling, I saw. For the change, huh? Can I have the cover, no? Hanling?
The cover, all right.
Yeah, later. No,
The
no
cover,
worry.
the cover is just okay. The cover's a bit weird, but
Yeah, I
alright.
need. I might want to buy the books, huh? Because I want to start teaching history soon, so I need to know.
It isn't a pure history book. I take elect history. I take some subjects.
I'm doing elect history. I can teach pure history, but not many people take pure history nowadays.
Pure history is absolutely cancerous. Have you seen the syllabus? There's
Oh,
like
you're wrong.
Korean. Our syllabus doesn't have it, but they have Korean War, Vietnam War, and Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, that's pure history. Yeah.
Yeah, they just have this and those three that I just mentioned and something else.
Oh, I love pure history.
I want to take pure history, but I needed to take the 7-subject combination so I could take the ALP courses.
Okay, let's see your sentences.
All right, Chair, I just wrote my finish. If the
No,
sources are correct. Okay, let me read.
You type it out and send to Uncle, but please
I
write on
sent
the
chat.
piece of paper. Okay.
If the sources are correct, Argentina will be.
Which one is the words?
Okay, so first is if. I got tick.
No, okay, never mind.
Okay.
Okay. Just read, never mind.
Okay, if the sources are correct, Argentina will be against France for the final match of this year World Cup. Since it's the final match, it's going to be extremely crowded at the stadium.
Is it good now? You realize all this how young, huh?
Interesting.
Good now?
Interesting word of combination I made.
Good, right?
Yep.
You never do that in your school, correct? Honestly, you don't do that in your school, to be honest. Do you do that? No, right? No way.
Not really, not all the time.
No way, I can tell you. Because it's very time consuming and very laborious, and also, need a lot of coordination work. So tomorrow, I don't know how are we going to do it. We're going to use that. Okay, thanks. Can you please write on a piece of paper now and underline the 5 words? So so you already use you must take this one already. All right now, and which is the next one?
Against, since, thorough since.
Where the hell?
You're just beside the ring, below down. Oops, oh shoot.
Okay. So
Okay,
never mind. I will just to share out, okay? So tell you, so it's best to print out this piece of paper. It's very useful, trust me. By who or by who, you go and get someone to get a printer and print out this piece of paper. Okay, it's going to be very hard. Go and find a way, ask your daddy to go to the office and print this one out for you. Your sister will definitely benefit this for you. Gerald, you are the youngest or eldest? Sorry, eldest, right?
Yeah.
Your sister, right? Sister and brother will also benefit from this piece of paper. Trust me. You see, just now, Gerald, you heard what Tian Yu did, right? You formed the 5 words into one paragraph. You see, just now he told me he cannot do it. He had to use one sentence by sentence. So, you see, Tian Yu, you make the 5 words into one paragraph. Like, well done.
I mean, I did say, thinking out on the spot will be hard, but then you gave me some time to think.
Yes. No.
Technically, it's not straight out on the spot, but I got some time to think to quickly plan it out.
You get it. This is where I'm training my students to think faster ahead, because in exam you cannot take your own sweet time and think. Right, Hanling, you agree, right? In the own sweet time, you tell you, okay, write the Treaty of Versailles. You cannot Treaty of Versailles or 14 point. We got to talk about the ABF. You know what is ABF now? Don't know, right? American, British, and France. You learn something, ABF, America got his own point, correct now? British got his own point, but France is the one who give the most tough point to Germany, right? Correct now? Yeah, British half, but American a bit relaxed. You know why? American, because Germany own him a lot of money, so he cannot be very harsh to them. Okay, come. Hanling, can you type the one just now you just said about it and put it inside? And okay, can you type those 5 words that you've chosen And Gerald, you choose the 5 words that you're going to use and type it out. But of course, later I want you to write. Can you take your handphone? Can you take your handphone now and take this picture of what you have typed and quickly write on a piece of paper and put today's date and your name.
I've sent it to chat, so don't worry.
You sent to me already, yeah?
No, I sent it to the whole Discord. I mean, not Discord.
Discord. Wow, Discord, yeah. No, I don't want you to send to me. I want you to write on a piece of paper and send to my WhatsApp. Thanks.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Gerald, are you done?
Wait, I'm typing.
Okay, thank you. You actually can use this or tell you to go and use this to play with your cousin. So for example, tell you, let's play again. You choose one word for me.
One word. From first row?
Any okay.
Okay, the fundamental.
Where got fundamental?
The fundamental. It's first row.
This one.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, that first row.
Ah.
Oh, I thought you meant the down row of the first one.
Sorry.
Okay. Since you can start a sentence with because.
Actually cannot.
Cannot. Okay, above.
But when we talk, we can.
Okay. I choose above.
Okay, above all, I think we are doing well for the company. It's just that we need to do something about. You carry on. Now you get it?
Oh, okay.
About.
About what? About some of our staff member. I think I heard that they were lacking while doing their job.
Next word, come throw to me. The next one.
Next row or
next word. Next row also can.
Okay. Behind.
Okay. Behind. Do you know that some of the staff are talking behind our backs of the management, not giving them enough salary? You see? Get it up. So we can use this word to practice, like ping pong like that. Okay. All right, Gerald.
I can try, but it's gonna be quite hard for them. But one of them is taking PSLE this year, so I kind of have to.
Good. Go for it. Where there's a prominent figure sporting event, well done, Han Lei. Okay, so I read the one already. Okay, so Gerald, can you read to the class, please?
Yes. So 5 words. As a result, adversely, unfortunately, greatly, seamlessly.
Wow, all these words are not easy to form. No? Well done. You take a very big challenge. Congrats.
I just chose 5 that I saw first.
You choose 5 that sounds what?
I chose 5 words that I saw first. They are like all in a row.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Come.
As a result, sports can lift people out of poverty. So this is a short sentence.
No problem. Okay, carry on.
Taking performance-enhancing drugs can adversely affect our physical and mental health. Unfortunately, Neymar has been injured and ruled out of the rest of the season.
Hey, it's true, right? I thought it's true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Messi is out also, and then this Mbappe is also out.
Out for
7-0, 7-0, 7-0.
Yeah, 7. Sorry, wait.
Liverpool better.
Gerard, you don't support Man U, huh?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, we still Liverpool.
El Man U.
Wait, Chad, what you mean? Wait, Chad, say again.
Huh?
Say again. Wait, what you mean they are out?
No, they are out.
They've been injured.
Champion League. Okay, carry on, Gerald.
A transfer of Lewandowski to Barca has greatly helped the Spanish club.
Really, man? You
Yeah.
think that guy is so good, man?
Not as good, but he's basically the top scorer now.
You follow these people,
Huh?
You follow this kind of games,
I just watched the results.
But do you follow, seriously?
No.
Wow, you're really good. I only support Barca, that's all, but I don't care who is playing. Okay, carry on.
Oh, the French defenders watched helplessly as Lionel Messi dribbled seamlessly past them.
Hey, very bad at you. You remind me of my back to World Cup again. Okay, you see? Nice now. Gerald, first time using all these words, you feel good, right? Okay, thank you so much. So we are good. So you already used 5 words. Gerald, please write on a piece of paper improve your handwriting and send it to me. The three of you, I want the WhatsApp, send it to me. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's go back to today's lesson proper that we are talking about, this one here. So this is your homeworks, okay? So write a story on how to have a safe and multiracial society, which is also in line with your social study. So can do the best, cannot do, I leave it to you. Because, okay, so these are the 17 things. Let's talk about number 1, no poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Number 3, good health and well-being. Quality education, gender equalities, clean water and sanitations, affordable and clean energy. While I'm reading, please see which point do you think is more important to get rid of poverty and important to a society, important to a community. Decent work and economic growth. Industry, innovations and infrastructures. Reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities. That's number 11. Number 12 is responsible consumptions and productions. That means 不要浪费食物. Climate actions, of course, global warming. Recently, the past few days in Singapore was like so cold, and then today like so hot. Gerald, you can feel it. Life below water. Oh, why? That means there get pollutions in the oceans. Life on land. Okay, so are they talking about these toxic waste that polluting the air pollutions, water pollutions? Peace, justice, and strong institutions. Very hard. This one, number 16, very hard. Partnership for the goals. What kind of partnership are we talking about? Some partnerships are not really sincere. So let's go to, so these are the website. Take note. How can sport be useful to reach the goal? Number 1. Back to you. May I have Han Ling? You can read that now.
How can sport be useful to reach the goal? Sport could be a strong vehicle for individuals to help them escape the poverty trap. Often confronted with the lack of adequate opportunities, individuals suffering from poverty do not always have the opportunity to practice sport. The barriers to practice in sport practice are very high in some regions of the world, depriving individuals from participation. These barriers can be the inadequate access to public facilities, the impossibility to practice sport due to conflicts, the lack of equipment, or the costs incurred by the sports practice. Nevertheless, participation in short, physical education and physical activity could represent an opportunity for these individuals to develop their skills, competence, and social networks. Supporting and reinforcing the competencies and values of players through teamwork, cooperation, fair play, and goal setting, sports can help individuals to develop transversal skills which they can utilize on the labor market and or education.
So how can we use the define here? Okay, so we have the definitions. Okay, so look at this one here. How can we use the definitions that explains about the sports we're creating goal, how the feeling of sports and the example? Yeah, we have the example. How to identify the pros and cons of sports against poverty. And what is your notions? So just as this paragraph itself is here. Okay, actually it's helping you to identify your summary skills as well. So you see we got example, we got this using the word define. Okay. So what is there a conclusion? No, we have not talked about conclusion. So so Han Ling, what is your notion after reading this paragraph? I start first, don't mind. I feel that all in all, we need to have some sympathy and empathy about, some countries may not have the best equipment to train their people in order to be a fair play in, just example, in the Olympics. I take for example, some of the marathon runners in Africa, they don't even have a proper shoe to wear. They run barefooted. And in fact, they run barefooted and end up can win a gold medal compared to people who wear all the fancy full shoes and yet, still cannot. So what about you, Han Ling? What do you think this paragraph tells you about? Anything?
I think it's just like how sports can like affect even people like of the worst situations and bring them out of that situation. But like the thing is that some sports still have a certain limit. Like if you don't have a football, how are you even going to play football in the first place? Like if you really, really like football, but you just don't have the ball, how is it going to help you at all?
You kick the Coca-Cola can.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
You know,
but like, there needs to be a very real representation of sports not
Yeah,
just in
but-
like the equipment,
But not many
but also the
countries-
sport itself.
but not many countries have the luxuries to pay a sports. But I think soccer is the okay. We don't use soccer. We use football. I think football is the one of the cheapest sports to start. Of course, I tell you, Hanley, will you introduce golf to Africa?
Golf. Okay, the thing is that it's the stereotype that golf is a rich person's sport.
No, it's
yeah.
not
But
stereotype.
yes, I will.
No. It's confirmed it's for rich people. No need to stereotype. You know, one bloody club already costs you a few $100s. True not? Right. So golf is definitely for the rich and those really affordable people who can buy, who can play. And you don't tell me, honey, you go to Africa and do a golf club. Cannot be correct now. It won't be possible. Correct now, Gerald? Agree now? Can you? All right. So I think it's not stereotype. It's confirmed. It's only for the rich. Okay, carry on. Next paragraph, honey. Second paragraph.
Additionally, sport can also play a role in leveraging voices of the most deprived in order to defend their rights, advocate for better living conditions, or access social security. These efforts made in sport are self-spoken for participants to defend their cause ranging from women's rights to participation in the labor market. Decision-making platforms are usually not accessible for individuals living in deep poverty, but sports gives them a unique chance to raise their voice and speak out on a similar level like more privileged members of the society.
Happy International Women's Day yesterday. So yeah, so sometimes you see women now got a chance to play all kinds of sport. No depriving of sport. And then they use the word deep poverty, Gerald. Poverty to poverty, 为什么还要 deep poverty? Gerald, can you explain to me why poverty to poverty? Why must you use deep poverty?
I forgot what's the word. Like enhance the meaning. Like make it like sound more serious.
Yes, more serious. The feeling, right? You see the feeling, right? You make it more not got the biggest impact. Get it out? The deepest impact. So what is the notions that you when you say deep poverty means? What is your understanding, your stance of deep poverty if sport don't come in? That means that people will live in a very miserable life. Okay, thank you, Gerald. Can we finish this two paragraph, honey? Oh, you're eating.
Yeah. Last but not least, sport can also be a very effective driver to alleviate poverty by raising funds and gathering major stakeholders acting for a better world. Sports initiatives can raise and generate funds for poverty programs, ensuring the empowerment of deprived individuals. Mega sports events could also be drivers for private organizations to raise money for charities as well as field projects supporting the local population.
So this paragraph, okay, I know you're waiting for me, right? So this paragraph tells you that you see sports has a very significant a platform, a way to bring everyone into one mega events like Olympic Games, maybe like World Cups or rugby or cricket or tennis or even golf events. These are all under the name of sports, and this sports itself will not only just generate a lot of monies, but like what you said, Hanley, doesn't mean all the money will go to the poverty-stricken countries, the deep poverty places. But nevertheless, it will still somehow help certain parts of the world to elevate that kind of poverty and also raise awareness and improve their health conditions and their environments. But let's hear from the last paragraph. Last paragraph, please.
Consequently, sport offers stakeholders and deprived individuals an opportunity to alleviate poverty in different contexts. Several sports-based initiatives around the world have proven to be efficient and help address the SDG Sustainable Development Goal 1.
This one you must take note. sustainable development goal. This is what Singapore is going to do for the next couple of 10 to 20 years down the road for your generations, for your future generations. Definitely it's not my generations. By then, 20 years, I already coming to 70 years old already. I'll be enjoying my last part of my decades of life. So you guys are still a long way to go. Therefore, you know why? Is to ensure healthy conditions for everyone to live in. So can the sports really help to educate the people for the future generations to understand that this sustainability is important to getting rid of like the very number one killer, Gerald, Tianyu, and Hanling is pollutions. Next one, Gerald.
How can sport be useful to reach the goal? When considering sport as a physical activity, cautions must be taken when working towards addressing goal 2, as it is clear that when an individual is malnourished, sport wouldn't be recommendable. In relation to the condition of obesity, particularly in youth, sport and physical activities are recommended in order to lead to a healthier bodies and physical abilities. There are examples in the USA where sports-based programs are designed to encourage you to be physically active as well as more aware and knowledgeable about healthy lifestyle choices. A large part of adopting healthy lifestyles concerns the types and quantities of food and beverages which are consumed. And the sport-based program provide the youth and their family with this type of vital information and often access to more nutritious foods.
So you see, look at US, Gerald, when you're reading, the first thing that comes to my mind is the National Basketball Association in USA, the NBA. They have bring out a lot of, most of the basketball players, Gerald, are all the blacks. Right? I think 90% or 80% are all the blacks. Only maybe 0.1% is from China. Okay, and now I think don't have also. So most of the players, you realize that they study very well. They mostly come from broken families. But so they use this. You see, Shaquille O'Neal is damn big size. I don't know how he play basketball. Okay, Michael Jordan, you all know he can jump and fly like nobody. That's why it's called the Jordan Air. But I can't understand that Shaquille O'Neal how to jump. Just because he got 2 meters tall. That's all right, Gerald.
Hasn't he? No, he's 2.1 meters tall.
Yeah,
and
just he just stand there, Gerald. Pass the ball to me. Pop. Pass the ball to me.
Yeah. Welcome to NBA's very balanced scoring system. Yeah. Just put Shaquille O'Neal on one team, easy win.
Isn't that just Yao Ming?
Yao Ming also, yes. Yao Ming also, it's just like, now China also getting this.
Okay, the difference is that a lot of people in America, like those really, really good basketball players, they're all like quite tall or like have some really, really good shooting accuracy. Yao Ming is overpowered. There's no one here as good or as tall as him. It doesn't matter, he just wins.
Only Kobe Bryant, and Michael Jordan. These are the two players I respect. The rest, I think, I don't know, I never follow, because I used to like Chicago Bulls because of Michael Jordan's. And he come from a very poor family, so he went to learn to play baseball. And now when he played baseball, he was sucked, sorry. And finally, he went back to basketball and he made a legend out of it. So sometimes in life, you see, sports itself can turn a person upside down. Just like Tianyu was saying, running is also a sport, 100-meter sprint. Tianyu, you're right. But I don't know what is a blue block is that. I don't know what you're referring to blue block. Okay.
Oh, it's a manga. It's like a anime manga stuff about football. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, thanks. Okay, next, last two. Okay, this one.
I read.
No, Gerald, last paragraph.
When used as a tool for mobilization of resources and funds, sport-based initiatives and campaigns can support vulnerable communities who don't have access to adequate and nutritious foods. In this way, the sport aspect is not the main activity, but rather has the function to bring attention or resources to an issue.
Thank you. So you see, this is like what Hanling said. You are absolutely right. The funds and resources sometimes may support, may not be support. we don't have the access to adequate nutrition food. Depends. I thought yours donation got $1 million. How come the food only limited? Or is it because halfway through somebody stole the food? Somebody did not give the 100%. They kept 30% of the food and sold it away and make a profit out of it. Wow, very sad. This is very unscrupulous. But there are people like that. But of course, there are there are other people who really follow the rules and help the poor. Last but not least, Tianyu, the last two paragraphs. Let's go.
Faster as in the sports institution, right?
Yes.
All right, sports institutions and stakeholders such as teams and leagues can work towards addressing food waste by setting up a better system and working towards environmental sustainability by sourcing food from sustainable and responsible local producers. Sports teams can make responsible societal
Yes.
decision around their food consumption and sourcing, which can ultimately influence their fans, other clubs, and sponsors to follow suit. For example, there are football clubs which have moved towards offering vegetarian and vegan foods in their stadium during football matches in line with their overall sustainability strategies.
It's true. Hold on, let me finish this paragraph. It's true that there are people nowadays, they realize the importance of health, importance of living a good, healthy life. And not only football clubs, I think a lot of games are putting the emphasis to ensure sustainability. And because of food wastage, I cannot take it, tell you. You know, in America, they like to throw potatoes, tomatoes, apples, all these things, food war. Okay, I find it, Gerald, the food war is really, don't tell me it's a festive, don't tell me it's a traditional. They have been throwing tomatoes for the past 100 years. And that's bullshit. Then say to throw all these tomatoes is to walk off the devil, the evil, is a culture. I cannot take it. I cannot see people when using food to play like food war, tug of war, all this time. Because out there are millions of people who are dying for food, without food. And you guys are taking a tomato and throw. Can you imagine, Gerald? Can you imagine I take one big TV screen, I go and show these people who are hunger and throwing foods. I tell you, they look at them, GG, man, agree, Gerald? They'll be like, what are you doing here? I'm hungry like hell and you are wasting foods. So yeah, so this is one way to take note. Sometimes when you write an essay, you must make sure that there's this, that's why it's called the define with a big E effect. What kind of example, what kind of notions that you want to look into it, like around the food consumption and sourcing. Okay, last paragraph, my dear.
Individual athletes can also use their platforms to create more awareness and nutrition food choices, healthy behaviors around food and physical activities, and support organization and initiative working to address global hunger and
malnutrition. Yeah, so
malnutrition.
you see malnutrition 就是不够
malnutrition.
Yeah, 不够营养. The malnutrition is where people don't have food ready and yet you are wasting food, and playing food war is really ridiculous, or even waste food. You know, the people that have slowly got lack of food and here you are wasting all kinds of food. So, okay, thank you so much for reading all these now. Your job now is to please complete this one. Okay, come. So the words here is poverty and or this one.
Write whole thing or write one paragraph?
No need to write whole thing lah. Okay, because you already started some of it already. So I think I will delete all of this. Yeah, delete first. I save first. I delete. So you all can see. Okay. Okay, let's I think it's good that you all can type it out. No, sorry. Don't type. Should I type or?
I mean, we can. Type now, and then after we can just. Actually, no, never mind. Just write it. Since we're gonna send it to you, right?
I'm thinking to write on a piece of paper, then I paste it here. That means a JPEG format. Okay. Never mind. You see, you want to type or you want to write, it's okay. Come. So I want you to complete this. Thanks. So sports, poverty, cause, effect, and impact. So let's go.
So what we meant to write about for the causes? Is there like any?
Yeah, like that, no? The courses, if you're choosing this, you come out your own course. What course?
What do you mean by what cause? Is that like what caused the person to do it?
No, the causes is poverty causes people for hardship, right?
Uh-huh.
When sports come in, what is the effect and the impact? Get it? You get it? I'll tell you.
So I meant to
What is
write
the
like
causes of poverty? The poverty that that makes the country poor is because they have no food, no education, no this work, right? No infrastructure. So how can sport come in to help? Get it?
so basically
Look
we
at
can
this
just
one,
write
look
we
at
can
this
just
one.
start off like writing like Ronaldo. For me, I'm writing Ronaldo, so I can write
Yes,
something on
yeah. Go for
Ronaldo.
McDonald, right? Are you going to
Okay.
write something like that?
Something like that. I see.
Okay.
Need
Yes.
research.
I go to toilet first, so please help me to type it, write it there. So you must put there, like Gerald, well done. Just now you choose the 5 words and show it in the Zoom chat. So the same thing, when you type the causes, you must type causes and then effect and impact, so I know, so I can cut and paste. Okay, thanks. Okay, are you all done? Still writing, huh? Gerald writing? How's everyone? Huh? Okay, good. Gerald. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, this is courses, huh? Oh, you. Oh. You realize those people after they get away from poverty and they become famous, they will they go back and help? I seriously don't know. Some yes, I agree. Oh my God. Thank you. What do you mean by Nima no? That is a course, Tian Yu.
I don't know. I found it on Google.
This one is courses, is it?
Yeah. Wait, are we meant to write other two now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Thank you. That is the effect,
Wait, can I see the effects? What are we meant to write on?
You realize that Gerald,
There's a small issue with doing Jet Li, right?
huh?
There's a very small issue with doing Jet Li. Is that you see,
Jet Li?
when Chinese stuff gets posted onto the internet, it doesn't get posted to Google, it gets posted to Baidu, Baike. The issue is that I can't find anything about this dude, bro. Like, I literally cannot find anything about this dude. He
You realize that Gerald, that the impact and the causes, the impact and the effects, you need not have to write so long, but by right you have to write longer. So this is just the start of. So you have to expand what is the effect and the impacts. Okay. So this one, Tian Yu, with football, this will be the effects, right? The effects, correct?
Yeah. Hey, Cha, I think you forgot the milk.
Never mind lah.
My bad. I actually can't find anything about this dude.
Just search out online.
Yeah, I'm searching up as much as I can online. There is nothing about this dude. Oh, never mind. I found something about this dude. Bro. I have to log in to continue reading. Nah, bro. I actually can't find anything about this guy.
Ooh.
Jet Li. But
And,
no, there's one
oh,
thing, but I can only use inference skills because I can't access the page.
Hey, sorry guys, I went to take my cough mixture. Right, so what else do we have here? No, nothing from Mr. Jack Lee. Thank you for Tianyu and Gerald for your submissions. We'll go through next week for your answer. Okay. That is your courses, huh? Okay, while you're waiting for Hanling, you all can read one another's Tianyu and Jack Lee. Sorry, Gerald, Jack Lee. Can you all read? Oh my God. Okay. Are we done?
Wait, I want to submit both of mine first.
Sure, of course, we are waiting for you. No worry, come on. Once it's done, we'll call it a day, all right? So, I tell you what, this homework, Gerald, Tianyu and Hanling, look, just now I say got one homework, right? This one, this define, right? Okay, we are not going to do this homework already. I changed my mind. We are not going to do this homework. Okay, we're not going to do this, so don't need to do. But I'm going to give you another piece of homework related to sports one, okay? So next week we'll go through, okay? Thanks. So just, Gerald, are you there? Gerald, Tianyu and Hanling. So you just use this one. Okay, submit to Uncle Raymond to this one. Yeah. Okay, just use this, will be your homework. Just have a good holiday first. Right. So next Thursday, we'll give you another piece of essay to practice. So that's about it. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I need to take a photo of the one I wrote earlier. Give me a second before ending the class.
This this one wushu isn't just a sport. This is the impact.
Yeah. Experience and back then back is following.
The two paragraphs that you sent is all in impact, is it? One is an effect and one is an impact, is it? Wushu isn't just a sport, so that is the effect, is it?
It's in chronological order, so whichever one I written, it's yeah.
So effect first, then followed by impact. Okay, I got you. Okay, thank you, sir. So I'm going to make it into an essay format later on. Okay, that's all right, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so have a good rest for next week. So I'll see. Tianyu, you're not coming tomorrow, right? Have a good trip.
Yep. All right.
Enjoy your holiday. You're not watching video, right?
Most likely won't.
Okay, sure.
I mean, it'll be too late already because I will be coming back around like Wednesday night.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
Goodbye, Chair.
Take care.
Good night.